maybe you do, and maybe you don't.
And you wanna play the game.
Maybe you'll win, and maybe you won't.
So sit right down and play. From Freiburg to Calais. Go. You think you know Maine?
Welcome to the 10th season of the award-winning So You Think You Know Maine. Let's meet this week's contestants. From West Cumberland, William Devoe. From Portland, Greg Landry. From Mount Vernon, Dean Jones. And from Westbrook, Bill Burke. So join us as we learn more about Maine's past and present with your host, Maine's acknowledged ambassador of ancient arcane anecdotes, Tim Sample.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Well, we got a good show tonight, and we got a veritable gaggle of brownies and Girl Scouts here. Now, there's two different brownie groups here, right? And there's one with some 20 or so. Where are you from? What's the name of the town? Just... You have to say it all at once. Auburn. Very good, Auburn. And then the smaller group is from? Topsom. And then we also have some Girl Scouts here, and I'm going to take the opportunity to find out a little bit about the Girl Scouts. Now, you're with the Girl Scouts, is that correct?
Yes.
And your name is?
Debbie Porter.
And were you coerced into coming here, or did you come under your own free will?
Well, our whole troop was planning to come.
Oh, so in other words, you really didn't want to make this trip, but you figured it'd be... what else was going on tonight? How long have you been in the Girl Scouts?
I think 5 years.
Really? And you think this is a good thing to do? Would you recommend it to somebody who's sort of thinking about maybe going into it?
Yeah.
You learn a lot about Maine. That's what I want to know. Okay, so if anything happens tonight and they get stuck, you'll just wait until I ask you, but then you'll yell out the answer, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You'll figure that. Well, we'll find out. And we're going to find out a lot about who knows what about Maine, and we're going to start right off with our 4 contestants, sort of grist for the mill tonight. Okay, gentlemen, round 1, we have 5 points awarded for every correct answer. We'll begin with a toss-up question. Now, this is actually a multiple choice. What wood is generally used for the keels of wooden ships built in Maine today, just as it was in early shipbuilding days? Ash, native oak, or, yes, William?
Native oak.
That is correct. Native oak. Okay, a toss-up. Who is the author of the famous political satire, Medibemp's Letters? Yes, Dean.
William Robinson. Oh, Lord, I can't remember his last name. Would you accept 2 out of 3?
We're getting close. What? No, you got to get the last name.
Oh.
Anybody else have a... want to take on that? You will call Pattengall is his name. That's
yes,
right. A household word if I ever heard one. Okay, Dr. Philo T. Farnsworth, friend of Pattengall, lived in Brownfield, Maine for many years. In 1927, he successfully demonstrated for the first time a device that virtually every home in this country now has at least one of. Did Dr. Farnsworth pioneer work in television, radio, or did he invent the pocket calculator? Yes, William.
Radio?
That is not correct. Yes, Bill.
Television?
It was television, that's right. We started off with clips of the Dempsey-Tunney fight and the taming of the shrew. Okay, a visual question, and I direct your attention to our board here. This ornate building, located in Monmouth, has Middle Eastern, yes,
Cumston Hall.
That is Cumston Hall at Monmouth. Thank you. Okay. Now, the Pilgrims set up a trading post on the Kennebec River, hoping that their business enterprise would help pay the men. Yes, Bill.
Louisburg?
No, I'll finish the question. They hoped that it would pay the many debts that accumulated during their migration. What type of business? Yes, Steve.
Fur trading.
Fur trading, that's right. You know, they had fur and they traded.
They got fur.
That's right. You trade, I don't know what they traded for, really, but anyway. At the Democratic National Convention in July of 1984, 13 of Maine's delegates voted for Mondale and 13 for Hart. One delegate voted for Joseph Biden. Who's he?
Senator
Yes.
from Maryland.
That is not correct.
Governor of
Anybody else
Maryland.
want to jump in there? Yes, Bill.
Governor of Maryland?
No, he's the U.S. Senator from Delaware. Very close, but not the exact same state. This is an audio identification for 5 points. This performer has often paid tribute to the truck driver. Listen to the following and give his name.
It's a stretch of road
That's
up
it,
north.
Dick Curley. Right. I was born in the same town Dick was in now. Okay, toss-up question for 5 points. Maine's only national park is, yes.
Lafayette, Arcadia.
No, we're going to finish the question, huh, Greg?
Mount Desert Island?
No, you
Acadia.
have to be careful, because what we're looking for there, what park located in Penobscot County is Maine's only county park? It's the Mattawamkeag Wilderness Park. See, sometimes you jump ahead there and you get the answer ahead of the question. For 5 points, please, what food is the best to eat in cold, dry weather? Is it fats, proteins, or carbohydrates? Yes, Dean.
Protein.
That's not correct. Yes, Greg.
Carbohydrates.
No, it's fats. Fats, if you want to, just really chow down on throw the lean stuff away, just munch on the fat. Pens and hands, please, for our next question. In 1820, Maine's population was 298,335. What was the population in 1850? I'm sure everybody in the audience knows this one. And when you have your answers, just place them on top of your little green boxes there. I don't know if there's an official name for those boxes, but... Okay. We're getting there. William says 800,000. Greg says 150,000. Dean says 599, 899. And Bill says, is that a 6 or a 1?
6.
That's a 650, 650,000. And I'm going to go to our judge for a call on this. Who is... Bill? Dean is the closest. The actual number is 583,169. Okay. Gentlemen, for 5 points, the boards on the sides of old barns ran up and down rather than horizontally. Why were the early barns constructed in this manner? Yes, Dean?
To allow the moisture to run down to the ground.
That's right. The rain ran right down the board. Okay, and very quickly, we're at the end of round 1, and William has 5 points. Greg is yet to score. Dean has 25, and Bill has 5. And let's find out a little bit more about our contestants. Nice to have you aboard.
Well,
William
thank
Devoe, right?
Yes.
And you're from West Cumberland. Says that you work for the city of South Portland.
Yep.
But also, in your spare time, you play rugby. Now, what is there a position that you play? You just...
Well, I play flanker, which is like a linebacker. It's on the side of the scrum.
Oh, yes.
And,
now I understand the
it's-
scrum. Yes. Well, you see, I usually, I'm oriented around the scrum. That's why I...
Yeah.
No, but this is becoming more popular, isn't it, in the States? It's a British...
Well, in Maine, it is catching on a little. You get a lot of people that get indoctrinated into the sport in the college level.
Mm-hmm.
But the high schools have yet to pick it up.
And you have some college players,
Oh,
or
yeah,
former,
from Bowdoin.
from Bowdoin College. Well, it sounds like... Do you have regular tournaments, or...
Well, we have regular games where we travel down to Boston and
And you
Connecticut.
always have a scrum playing in most of these games, is that correct?
Yeah, you cannot play rugby without a scrum.
Yeah, I always figured. I wouldn't try it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, William. Good to have you aboard. Glad to have you on the show. And returning, Greg Landry.
Tim?
You've been on before.
Yes.
You're from Portland. You're into house husband macho, it says here.
No, you said the macho.
And how many kids do you have?
I have one. She's out in the audience.
All right,
Little
all right.
Nicole.
But now, in addition to that, which is everyone knows is a full-time occupation, you also hold a land speed record.
Yeah, I set that back in 1978 in a streamliner on the Bonneville Salt Flats at
Son of a gun. Isn't that amazing?
216 miles per hour.
How fast was that?
216.
216. I wouldn't try that from Kittery to Augusta, but...
Makes the trip short.
Yeah, it does. It kind of moves it along. Well, we're glad to have you back. Good luck
Thank
in
you.
our game.
Thank you.
And Dean Jones.
How are you?
You're getting kind of aggressive right at the beginning here. You're from Mount Vernon.
Yes, sir.
And you work at a couple of different offices in this area. Duplicating products, is that it?
Yeah.
And Rumford Office Supplies. But now when you're not working, you also sort of moonlight as a whitewater guide.
Yeah.
Now, does it take a lot of experience, not to guide, but to take those trips? Is that something that anybody from Weight Watchers Anonymous or something could do with impunity, or do you have to have a certain amount of athletic skill to...
No, I took my boy down. He's out there when he was about 11. I've taken a 76-year-old man down. He fell out, arterial bleeding, but he's all right now.
In other words, I think I will eschew that.
No.
No, but it really is safe. As long as you have a good guide.
Oh, sure.
It's safe. Well, good for you, and we wish you well on the show. And good to have you back. And Bill Burke.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Good to have you on, Bill, from Westbrook, and you work at Shaw's.
Yes, I do.
In the produce department, it says here. Graduated from the University of Southern Maine?
Yes, sir.
And what would you, and it says here you have a degree in history.
Yes.
What's your ultimate goal with that?
I want to teach high school history.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
History of Maine, particularly?
Oh,
or?
possibly.
Yeah, I think that's, you know, probably pretty good preparation for this game anyway.
Yeah.
Some of the questions we have. Well, good to have you aboard, Bill, and we wish you well in the game. And
Thank
we
you.
have a new judge. And welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Skylar Mott.
Thank you.
You're from Paris, Maine.
That's right.
It says here. And you work for the Paris Hill Historical Society.
That's correct.
You have something coming up?
Yes, on July 26th, we have the Founders Day on Paris Hill, which is basically a program for the Paris Hill Library Association, the Hamlin Memorial Library, which some of you may know is in the old jail building up there, the old county jail.
Does this raise funds for the...
Yes, and the two organizations. It's a major car show in the state of Maine, has been over the past few years.
A car show?
Right. It's the collection of Mr. Bear, Robert P. Bear, who owns the Oxford Plains Speedway. And
Do you have
30
anything
to
that
40
goes
cars.
265 miles an hour?
No, but he's got a few of those things from about 1925 that could make it easily over 100.
All right.
And he's got some beautiful cars, and then we have a large flea market and antique show on the green.
And that's July 26th?
That's July 26th.
And is it in Paris, or West Paris?
It's on Paris Hill.
It's on Paris Hill. Well, you want to make sure to stop in. Good to have you with us.
Thank you, Tim.
I hope you're a fair and equitable judge. We're going to need it. Okay, gentlemen, round 2. 5 points for every correct answer. If you answer correctly, we'll give you a chance to take a whack at our unscrambling our word puzzle. That's 15 points for a correct answer in that particular area of the game. We're going to begin with this question for 5 points. What is the only part of Acadia National Park that is not in Hancock? Yes, Greg.
Isle of Haut.
Isle of Haut, that is right. And we'll, a summer attraction with only a cue to give you a clue. Any idea, Greg?
Oh, you got me.
Okay, we'll come back to that. Gets a little easier as we go along. What Maine city is nicknamed the Queen City? Yes, William.
Bangor.
Bangor, Maine, that's right. And we have an H to help you along here. Summer attraction.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, that makes 2 of us, or maybe 5 of us. Okay, the most expensive and strongest fortification ever built by the English on American soil. That is one textbook's description of the fort at Pemaquid. Can you name that fort? Yes.
Fort William Henry.
That is correct. Dean, you want to try this?
No.
Summer attraction. You don't even want to go for that.
Keep going.
Okay, we're going to have a toss-up question for 5 points. Over the past 100 years, Maine's coastline has A, risen 3 feet, B, risen 1 foot, C, yes, William.
Risen 3 feet.
That is not correct. I will finish the question. C is sunk 1 foot, D is sunk 3 feet. Dean.
I'll try sunk 3.
Well, you're wrong. It's sunk 1 foot, but we're heading in that direction. We'll keep going with a toss-up question for 5 points. Had you been offered some hospitality in one of Maine's 17th century English settlements, would you have been received in a log cabin or a turf and thatch dwelling? Yes, Bill.
Log cabin?
That's not correct. Yes, William.
The second one.
Whatever that was. Turf and thatch, that is correct. That was the way they built them in England. Let's take another look. See if we give you another clue. We got an L here for a summer attraction. It might be the Turf and Thatch Building Festival there. It's a big, big attraction. Okay, for 5 points, Lewiston and Bangor are said to be the second and third largest cities in Maine. What city is the largest? Yes, Greg.
Portland.
That is correct. Portland. Ellsworth is the largest, I think, geographically, but Portland, certainly in terms of population. Okay, we have another letter added.
It makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it does. That's clear as a bell to me.
Not at all.
Okay. Pens in hands, please, for our next question. Cumberland County has the largest population in the state and the greatest population density. There are 63,000 acres of farmland, 431,000 acres of forest, and 130,000 acres of water surface. But what we'd like to know is what percent of Cumberland County is forest area? Put your answers in percent form, and when you have them, put them up in front of you. What percent of Cumberland County is forest area? And looks as though we have. Everybody's got an answer. William says 68%, Greg says 12%, Dean says 70%, and Bill says 29%, and the judge says?
William.
William is correct. The actual percentage is 62. 62%. Okay, for 5 points, what am I describing? It is said to be out of the world, giving one time to meditate. It provided a protective cover to Indians who were intent on attacking a settlement, and it is the chief dread of Yes.
Trees.
Not
forest.
correct. Woods. Not correct. Yes, Bill.
Fog?
Fog, that's right. Lost in the fog. And Bill, give you an A.
No idea.
Summer attraction, no idea. Okay, we're at the end of round 2. Let's find out what this is. Can you give us any more information here? Okay. Playhouse. Okay. Well, we've got 20 for William, 10 for Greg, 30 for Dean, and 10 for Bill. We're close, and we're going to go and take a look at the home video postcard.
Yes, thank you, Tim. This is the time to play along at home. Can you name this town? From the visual clues you see on your screen, can you tell us where the So You Think You Know Maine mobile camera has been visiting? You could win a 6-month subscription to Downeast magazine and a chance to be entered into our mystery trip drawing from Day's Travel at the end of the season. Jot down your name, address, and answer on a postcard and send it today to So You Think You Know Maine, 1450 Lisbon Street, Lewiston, Maine, 04240. Again, that address is So You Think You Know Maine, 1450 Lisbon Street, Lewiston, Maine, 04240. The winner will be announced after round 3 next week, so stay tuned. Tim?
Okay, gentlemen, we have a close game going, but things can change rapidly in the 3rd round. Each correct answer will get you 10 points. If you answer incorrectly, we will deduct 10 points from your score. However, a correct answer gives you an opportunity to go to our category board, people, places, sports, or at sea, and a correct answer there will get you an additional 5 points. We'll begin with this question. Is it possible to travel from Harrison, Maine to Sebago State Park by boat without leaving your boat? Or yes, William?
Yes.
The answer is yes. That's right. You can go. And what do you have for a category?
I will take places, please.
Places, okay. And the question is, in what city was the first state capital of Maine located?
The answer is Portland.
That is correct for 5 points. Very good. Okay, now everyone associated with Colby College or Waterville knows about old number 470. What is it? Yes,
It is a great big black steam engine, and I stole the last flares off it when they parked it in front of the station.
Okay, that is a correct answer. And what do we have for category, Dean?
Let's try people.
Okay, people in Maine. The question in that category is,
What position did Melville Weston Fuller of Augusta hold when he administered the oath of office to Presidents Cleveland and McKinley?
He was Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, 1888, 1902.
You gave me more than I wanted.
Well,
that's right.
I take up time.
That's right. Okay, very good. Toss-up question for 10 points. Before the advent of modern meteorology, I don't know if that's actually happened yet, modern meteorology, but most Mainers predicted the weather by reading the signs of nature. What type of weather was most likely to occur if crows started to cry in a peculiar fashion and mosquitoes started biting more than usual? Yes, Bill?
Rain.
Rain was on the way. That is correct. Let's pick a category.
People.
People. People who love people. Okay, we'll find out what that says. Question is, what former governor of Maine became ambassador to Canada?
Ken Curtis.
That's right, Ken Curtis is the correct answer. Now this is a visual question. Direct your attention over here. This building in Portland Harbor is known as, yes, we have William.
Fort Gorges.
Fort Gorges is absolutely correct. And pick a category.
Give a shot of sports.
Sports. Sports, something I know absolutely nothing about, so I can't be prejudiced in this case. Okay. Earl Heel of Bangor joined the ranks of professional basketball players when he played for the Boston team that eventually became the Celtics. What was the team called when Heel played pro basketball?
The Boston Athletics? I don't know.
The Boston Whirlwinds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have quite the ring to it that you might expect for a world-class team. Okay, and this is a toss-up for 10 points. The Secokis tribe attributed the dwindling supply of their primary food source to the white man's greed, and they fought a bloody 6-year battle to retain possession of the Sebago Lake region that had once been exclusively theirs. What was the principal staple of the Secokis diet? Yes, Bill?
Moss.
No, it was not. Anybody else want to? Although moss was good, they liked moss, but that wasn't that principal staple. Anybody want to try this? Okay, it was salmon. You know, the Sebago Lake area, you know, salmon and moss. Okay, and at the end of round 3, William has 45, Dean has 45. We're going to have one more question to determine who goes into the rapid fire round. Are you ready? The Libby House. Okay. That's right, you're tied. We don't need anything. We're going to go into the rapid fire round, but first, we're going to find out the answer to last week's home video postcard.
Last week's home video postcard was brought to you by the friends and supporters from Waterville, Maine. And the winner of last week's home video postcard is Evelyn Knapp from Kingfield. Evelyn will receive a 6-month subscription to Downeast magazine. Evelyn's name will also be entered into our video postcard grand prize, a mystery trip for 2, courtesy of Days Travel Bureaus. Stay tuned for a look at next week's home video postcard.
Believe that. If he loses, we're okay. And rapid fire, gentlemen, you know what happens. I'm going to ask you just as many questions as I can get out in 60 seconds. 5 points per correct answer, and we will move as quickly as possible. Beginning with, what was Maine's first incorporated town? Yes,
Georgiana, later to become York.
That is not correct. It's Kittery. And what animal is shown on the Maine state seal? Wait a minute. We have to disqualify that. Hit the buzzer first. What town in Maine is the only one to have a hyphenated name? Yes,
Van Buren.
No, it's Dover Foxcroft. Which Franklin County town is named for the nation's first Chief Justice? It's Jay after John Jay. How many counties in Maine border New Hampshire? Yes, William.
3.
No, that's not correct. It's 2. Maine native Nelson Rockefeller was vice president during which administration? Yes, William.
Fords.
It was Fords. You're correct. Bar Harbor overlooks what bay? Yes, William.
Thunder Bay.
No, that's not correct. It's Frenchman's Bay. What conservative organization has headquarters in Falmouth? Conservation, excuse me.
The Audubon Society.
That is correct. How many cities are there in Maine?
22.
That is correct. What is the state of Maine's official insect? Yes, William.
The honeybee.
That is correct. Where is the moose? Okay, we're at the end of the round, and William has won by a hair. Congratulations. Dean, you did a great job. Burke, why don't you tell our contestants what they won?
Well, yes, Tim, everyone goes home with lots of prizes, including lobster patches, an Exploring Maine booklet, a Maine keyring, and a Maine tote bag, all from the Maine Publicity Bureau. A selected Maine Geographic booklet, compliments of DeLorme Publishing Company. A one-year subscription to Greater Portland Magazine, and a year subscription to Mainly Local Magazine. 2 boxes of Renaissance greeting cards, a 6-month subscription to Downeast Magazine, and 2 tickets to Maine Mariners hockey in Portland. That's for next season. Now, for our runner-up, you'll also receive a Maine Historical Atlas from the Maine Historical Society and a copy of our very own So You Think You Know Maine book, written by Neil Rold and WCBB, published by the Harpswell Press. Now for William as this week's winner. In addition, you'll receive a 1-year family membership to the Maine Historical Society, including use of the Society's library in Portland, free admission to the Longfellow House, and a subscription to the Maine Historical Quarterly. You'll also be receiving 2 tickets to a production of next season's Dracula from the Maine Acting Company in Lewiston, free admission to the Maine Maritime Museum in Bath, and a 1985-86 Maine Register, all from Tower Publishing of Portland. Tim?
And you'll also get a free copy of Tim Sample Stumbles Over Questions on So You Think You Know Maine. Great to have you here. Did you have fun in the audience tonight? No, good. Hope you had a good time at home watching So You Think You Know Maine.
Well, maybe you did, or maybe you didn't.
And you tried to play the game.
Didn't win, but I had a wicked decent time.
We all had lots of fun, from Royston to Auburn.
So you think you know Maine?
You know, I thought I knew Maine. I thought Billy Knockett was a country and western singer.
And I thought Muskie was a fish from Minnesota.
Well, I thought the state bird was the flamingo, because we all got him out in the yards.
It's where you're